Aha! Ciao nice people! Welcome on this new stream of The Respombenter, where we still develop the game without giving any spoilers. I mean, having to jump between a lily pad to another is not really spoiler, come on. So, what are we doing today? Well, it's hard to come up with something to do on stream which is spoiler free and is also entertaining to do. One day we might do the 11 dialogue, but it's not the best way to do, the best thing to do on stream. So I have some notes here about what I could do. The level, for example, the level design of the next part, but I feel like that could be inside the spoiler part. We could set up a banter in the new biome, actually. We can set up other sort of banters. We fixed the skip read. Wait, no, we should do the skip dialogue you already read, but for the next time. And also we should do a select act menu. Like, you can return to previous acts to see the banters you've missed, instead of replaying the game from start. For example, you want to see the banters near the end of the game, or in the middle of the game, but you're already at the end. You cannot walk back and change the story, right? So yeah, that would be another thing we should focus on next time. Something that's not spoiling anything. Okay, so I think I found what was missing in the introduction, apart from extra stuff to do, like lily pads, was actual traps that are not trolling. Like traps that you can avoid and it's not a surprise. Or maybe it could be a surprise later. For now though, it shouldn't. For example, I fought a lot and it was kinda hard to come up with traps to set in a forest, because most of them usually involve spikes or sharp things. In the forest, there's not really a lot of things you can have to kill the player. Well, artificial one. Maybe some monsters could be a good idea. So an idea was, how it's called, the spike ball from Zelda, the one that bounces left, right, left, right. This is the best one that could be in a... Now that I think about it though, the idea is not the best one fit for a forest. Though every idea is fit for the castle, so I should at least find something that's fitting here. Like some enemies shooting arrows, but that could be an arrow trap inside the castle. So again, no ideas. I think maybe this could be reflected upon later better, because it depends on... Oh, I could use this idea to insert new traps and banters later. So at the end I think that's not really what I want to work on. So scratch the entire title of the streaming. Right now, literally right now. Ha. Today we are gonna work instead on the check for already read in the banters. And see if we can do some sort of manual skip, fast forward. Well, this for a bunch of reasons. Since it's half a visual novel, player would expect to have the... No, honestly, I think we can close the stream right now. Listen, being forcing to do stuff specific on stream is hard because I usually continue where I need to. So screw everything. Let's work a little on the design of the next part, the castle. I don't care at this point. There would be some slight spoiler on the traps, but nothing on the story, really. Well, the only thing in the story that you know is the hero falls in a pit and Leven doesn't appear anymore. So I kind of I showed it last time. I kind of tried a part where the spikes go up and down, which I wanted to use for the trailer, but at the end I decided against it. And this is the first design of the castle, which is very straightforward. You can consider it a forest, the forest again. It's pretty simple. You enter here, you have a split path later, you need to go left to get a key. Here, there's only 2 traps here, maybe 3. You return back and there's this section which is, well, highly straightforward. You activate a thing, you go here, there is another orb puzzle, and you reach the room where you meet a checkpoint. That's it. That's this. Oh, hi Returnophilian, how is going? We are kinda in a dilemma or a stress situation because I don't know what to do with the game on Steam, because there's a lot of stuff to do, but I need to work on stuff which could be spoilerish. So the best compromise would be to work a little again on the design of the interior. Well, I think we should just work on the level design overall again, because the banter thing is working. The respawn one could be more explorative. I mean, I could work on the Act 1, but would be nice to decide what I need for the Act 2 so I can commission the tile set again, because this is placeholder. You can see the difference in style. Also, I am kinda careful of naming the maps correctly to avoid spoilers. And for now, every dialogue is off the game, so it's impossible it will happen, at least. Looks nice. Thanks, but the difference in style is pretty clear. It was used for the demo. It's pretty cool. It's the first version, first style set I used. So yeah, never mind. We can work a little more on the map. I like a lot how the sword part happened. Maybe we can extend it a little by adding a lily pad minigame in the middle. Like this. A little lily pad minigame here. Which also kinda seems to fit. We don't even need to extend the area too much. Let's see. I kinda want to extend it because I want to, well, introduce with some sort of a troll here. So we need some space to set up it. Though, yeah, you need to lily pad jump to it. Oh. Okay. This path should be switched. 105. You can jump here. Okay, let's see if it works. I don't want it exactly like this, of course. I want it a little longer just to, well, to have a cool area where the player jumps. I don't know. The game starts, so the player doesn't even know what the game is about, after all. Also, I remember now I should change something in the introduction. Just make the first banters faster. Okay, let's see. Okay. It just needs even this one to be switched. Though I think I should... Okay, like this. Should be some sort of tutorial after all. I should remove this one because you cannot jump here. I don't know, it's still cool to see. Oh well. See, would be cooler if I had a custom sprite for the jump. And since it's the start of the game, I think would be pretty nice to invest in a jump sprite. This is what we programmed last time. And it's working. Again, I should extend this one, so we should move this one a little on the right. So I think moving everything on the right is a good call. We need, though, something. We need something to dodge. I realize that's what it's missing. I need some way to die, which is completely player's fault. Okay, you can argue that everything is technically player's fault, but I want just something that moves and you can dodge it. That's this simple. Which at least can give some gameplay to the player. Which I realized that that's an issue that a lot of players had. So my first idea was an enemy that bounced left and right. More like the hexagonal metallic thing of Z that bounced left and right, but it's more fit for the castle. But apart from that, I don't have any other ideas. So maybe it's time for a brainstorming. Let's see. Here. Oh, I already have the previous stream brainstorming. Oh, 2 streams ago, I don't remember. So we need thing to dodge gameplay in the forest. So the forest again is a X tutorial zone. Forest kinda plain, I don't know the right name for it. There's also the backstory stuff. That's why I should probably add some other burnt trees and a burnt area somewhere. I don't think it's super necessary. There were before. There were before here, but it's not really strictly necessary because you can argue that, but it's not important by the story and it can go away with time. I mean, like, it's not necessary to see that something remains, because this thing, the GOP backstory of the forest burnt down happened some time ago. Though, could be a nice idea to introduce some sort of or ruined part of the forest, some burnt down. Brainstorm time. And doing that on stream is not the easiest. So we want some unique gameplay in the forest. Something to dodge. Again, like an enemy that goes left and right. Not strictly an enemy, just something that just a trap that goes left and right. I will do a quick example. This one moves left and moves right. There's a pause in the middle. And should be fast. Okay. Let's see. Slime. Yeah. Like this. Except it's not starting. Why nothing works? I swear. Should be a automa. Because it wanted to move left first. Wait. Let's give it to it. Slime isn't sliming. Let's see if it can slime now. Okay, yeah. Okay, I realized the issue. I forgot to add the skip if cannot move. Okay. Boulder tree trunk. A boulder would be nice. More fitting, but still not a lot because it's a forest. It's not a forest to have boulders. Though, I think it's a good idea. I forgot to add the weight at the end, though. Let's replace it with a boulder, sure. Even if it doesn't make sense, boulders don't move, but there's a lot of games where they do, so I think it's fine. I kinda deleted all the unnecessary resources. Never mind, I didn't. Never mind, I did. Oh, a sword. A flying sword. A flying something, actually. I don't know. The idea would also be to create something original, because since I need to decide to create a graphic for it, I can decide to create anything I wanted here, like a bottle of Fanta with spikes. Yeah, I can do that if I want. I can do everything if I commission the right person. Okay, something of the sort maybe is slightly easier because this is pretty hard. But yeah, I need some sort of gameplay that adds the spice. Though again, this would fit better inside the castle. Also, this should be way easier. Also, the player cannot run, I forgot. Okay, I think I just need to find the alright subject for it. The Master Sword, but doesn't like to be extracted. He doesn't want to be wielded. Another idea I had was to be some sort of water tower. A fire tower. Like, there's a tower here that shoots fire in a regular intervals. And burns the entire area around it. So a player needs to time it when it stops burning. Or when the things don't stop falling. Would be a little more original. But honestly, a fire totem tower is kinda weird here. There should be something a little better though. For example, some blob, some poison, because would be interesting to if I have enough resources to change the area. The more the player walks towards the castle, the more the tutorial zone gets corrupted, and we can show the corruptiness with the poison blob that falls out of this tower, and in random intervals activates and deactivates the burning ground, like the games where poison enemies leave a sludge of poison on the ground for some seconds. Same thing. Nice idea, but perspective is weird if it launches something. What do you mean? No, the idea is not launches, but kinda splashes something around it. On intervals, it will splash a poison area around it on the ground, and you need to pass by when it's not on the ground. Again though, that's where I realized that developing alone is hard. You need the level designer exactly for this, so you can focus on something else. Or the concept, or... you need really everything here. Okay, so we should focus on something we can work with, and doesn't require a lot of external work. We just need a sprite that does something. Also because if I want to do some sort of poison sludge, I need to rethink on the narrative design of this area, but honestly, it's pretty good as it is. It's an old tutorial zone, it's perfect for starting. It shouldn't be menacing, because it's the start of the game. The latter part of the game should be more menacing. So, scrap this. Let's scrap this. Even if maybe we can reinterpret it in some other way. So we could have some evil dummies here, for example. How do a evil dummy work, though? Because they cannot move, they cannot do anything. Well, would be perfect for a gag. Right? Evil dummy. And I think that counts also as Undertale reference, now that I think about it. Not intentional, but it will now. How do you... what do you do with a evil dummy? Also, I wanted to do something with the falling trees, right? That when you cut a tree, it will fall in a direction. Does it count as a puzzle though? Because only Gop is the tree that gets resurrected. The others don't get resurrected, so you cannot even mess up the puzzle. I don't think it will be an idea I will hold. Also, I need to consider that this idea is good, but it's not fitting in a forest, even because there shouldn't be straight areas in the game. As you can see, the forest isn't straight, nothing is straight. We could place them in a not straight position, though, which would make it a little more reasonable. Like here, for example. A little small, but... let's see. We don't need to let the player walk on a straight line, we just... only 2 tiles. No. Here. Or... sure, here. At this point we can just use the thing to... that's not the same thing, though. Maybe in a stricter area here. The state of the map doesn't reset after respawn. Not all of it. For example, slimes shouldn't respawn. Trees neither. Only the tree will respawn. Because Leven resurrects only what we need. Leven resurrects only what is needed. Okay, maybe also the lily pads will change, but this is for the gameplay. But usually some things don't change. Most things reset, but not all of them. Let's see around this thing. I had an idea. Instead of this, we could just have a dummy that bounces left and right. A dummy that... yeah, that swings left and right. And you need to pass when it's not swinging. We have them right here. Left and right. So you need to pass when it's not swinging on one direction. Otherwise it will stab you. Or I know something. Of course we need to exaggerate the swinging motion. Though I don't want... Otherwise, what do they do? Because they might fall onto you, but I don't like it because it's too similar to GOP. They could just push you in the water, but I need water near each of them. And only vertically. I need to walk to avoid it, because horizontally they're not an issue. Tutorial zone. The only things that works here with a tutorial zone are the dummies and the signs, and I already did too much with the signs. We could do that. A tutorial zone has yeah, they usually introduce a lot of the features one by one, but we don't have a lot of features. We just have the banters altogether. This idea is nice. There's also the idea of swinging saw blades, but they need a ceiling, of course. So it's better if I do them later. I could have slimes do something else. I could have new enemies. I was planning to add another enemy, but honestly I don't like it, the idea at the end. It was some sort of land fish with spikes and a body made of rubber, so the sword bounces out of its scales. But no, I don't like that idea anymore. I've got to be honest, the development of Respawn Banter is still far away. That's why I think that's a good idea to publish a improved version of Invalidate during the end of this year. Respawn Banter will come in the next year, not this one. I see it pretty unlikely. So we don't get anything by checking here. So ideas. Swinging dummy. Left, right, trap. Respawn Banter delayed. Well, it's my first commercial game, or it was. So I underestimated a lot of things. There's a lot of work to do to make the game a really working, and I wouldn't say perfect, more like the best it can be, or the best I can do it. One part of me is perfectionist, but the other is the other reason actually it's pretty reasonable is I need to make a game that's very fun and well balanced, so it's just a game with way less problems than it would have if I ignored them. So I think it's for the best. Again, I can use this time to grow the audience, hopefully. What would you change about the initial approach? Well, I don't know. Probably starting with more. Honestly, I don't know, because to be fair, I made the first part in 1 month for a game jam. So later there were a lot of things that I had to fix. The story, I needed to change some parts of the story. But I think it's fine because this area the first area still holds. It just needs some improvement. So developing at the end is not making the perfect game right ahead. Is to do something, do mistakes, learn from those mistakes, and improve. I don't think I will change a lot from the approach, because I needed to learn those mistakes from my mistakes. the important part is fixing them. Now the hardest part is not fixing the mistakes. It's more coming up with ideas to fix the mistakes. And unfortunately, ideas are pretty hard to find usually. Well, easy to find, but the good ones are hard to find. So I will stick on the idea of the traps. So what sort of traps do we have? I think that's the good way to see it. We have the trap that goes left and right, which is kind of the same of the dummy which is swinging left and right, only in a 2 tile. Also, they are kind of annoying in the way. I don't like it. I want the traps to be, I don't know, to not feel like a pixel perfect level, more like a random hazards you need to surpass. For example, there could be a falling bridge here where you need to move fast. Which is not even a hazard, you just need to go a little faster. So, never mind. What else? We have the thing going left and right. The thing that appears and disappears. Like a... like the spikes that go up and down, like I did here. I improvised something here. Spikes that go up and down. It's not working. Ah, it's working, never mind. So this is another sort of trap, a tile that you can walk on it only on certain moments. We could make this in the forest, for example, by having a tree that whips the ground with a root on certain intervals. I don't think that's the best idea though. But this is another approach for it. Another one could be something that chases you, but no. Categorically no, because they are awful to see. On RPG Maker they are also not working well. So that's a no. So another idea would be to have something a little wider. Like having it a little wider. And instead of one tile of spikes, you have one entire section, which feels completely different. For example, we could have that... there's a... I don't know, there's an area that gets submerged in intervals, but no, that's too much. That's just to get the idea. Though by thinking about it, I thought about a cannonball. Just a cannonball that moves in one direction and you need to dodge it, or to be careful around it. Again, cannonballs don't make don't make a lot of sense here. But doesn't mean we can't follow that idea. We could have something else that flies in a trajectory. Again, though, we don't have much in this forest to work with. Part could be the setting and part could be the lack of sprites, since I need to pay for each of them. Yeah, we may need something more. Though the cannonball idea is fine. We just need something to replace it. The tank slime! Why didn't I think about it? We could have a bigger tank slime with a cannon on its head, which shoots cannonballs, or light blue balls, whatever they are. Yeah, like an archer slime. Yeah, but instead of an archer slime, they are tank slime, so they will use the cannon, right? Since they are tanks after all. That makes sense. That's also great because I can include an hazard without creating new one, without introducing new elements. So they would fit perfectly. Let's try it. So, the move, and on random intervals, it will shoot something. Do we have a ball of some kind? We could use a plugin of projectiles, but honestly, doing it manually, I think it's pretty reasonable. Any ball? We have the orb. We can use the orb for now. Yeah, let's go with the orb. We really don't have anything else. Nice. The coconut. The orb is fine. So, we may need more than one, but for now we'll see. We could use a reference event. For now though, parallel on random intervals, let's say 2 seconds, it will transfer the ball on its tile. Here. We can use the coordinates and move it in a direction. Okay. Move right. On a higher speed. Also, the orb should be true. Okay. And very fast. Let's see if it works. I hope I set the weight. Not here. Yeah. Yeah, perfect. We could make it slower even. Because we don't want to be hard, and could make sense of slow cannonballing. There are in some game, a lot of games slow cannonballs. Like Super Mario, for example. We may add a sound. Sure, why not? A temporary one. For now, this one. I will see if I can find a better one. Yeah, pretty good. I might even reduce the cooldown. Almost by half. I love RTP sound effects. Yeah, I like them as well, but I prefer to change them. Yeah, works pretty well. You don't even see it getting away, right? Ah, doesn't work all the way. We could also make it stop in a spot decided in advance, so the player will never see it, even if the player is here. That's pretty good. I just need the sprite for it, of course. Also, we should make it blue at least. Yeah, you're blue now. Shouldn't be there. And that's it, right? We just need a... Oh, wait. How do I check if it gets the player? Because it's true, so we cannot check for collisions. We need to check with a parallel event, I see. We can use this one, though. Here, instead of waiting, we can make a parallel to check. How do we do it? We need each frame. We could do a self switch. Let's see. I don't think self switch is the best option. I could make a loop and just keep this page. Loop of one frame, and each frame we check the coordinates of the ball if they are on the player. Can I make the ball slightly slower? Just to see how it moves. I think that's actually pretty fine. I just need to make it slightly faster because the player is slightly faster than the ball. I should make the speeds match. So in the loop, what do we do? This is the cannonball. Cannon, 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 cannonball. And each frame we check the coordinates of the event. I should definitely save somewhere notes to remind myself how to check on something. But here we can have the player acts like this. Oh, we can get it in better ways though. Let's see. Should be there. I swear. Where do I get? Okay, I think it's like this. Give me a second. Probably like this. Data map. I wasn't using data map, right? I want a way to get the coordinates of the event. And I don't know which is the best way. I really need to save those. Should we do it right now? You know? Yeah. Let's do it right now. I might do it here. Okay, sure. So on making, we can make here. Stuff I forget here. Perfect. Okay, now we have it. So first of all, we need to refer to the coordinates of an event. I think Artesio always gets me covered. I should pitch Artesio to Nova, I forgot. So he's prepared for Octo Stranded that releases this April. The first day to be exact. I recently made an update for Artesio to fix some bugs. I always feel weird on fixing the game because there's way too much polish to be a prototype. And every time I feel weird on updating, but the perfectionist inside me wants at least to have the prototype working. Okay, here. I want this thing. We can notice down here, game up events, this event ID. That's what I always copy from Artesio. Okay. So we get the coordinate of the cannonball, 112. And we get the coordinate X. First, let's see if it works, because I always confuse it with anything else. No, I wrote print. I wrote print. It's alert instead. That's funny. I'm printing. Okay, yeah, it's working, you see. Can we... At this point, we can see. You saw that it was 36 for a frame. Because apparently, when a ball starts traveling in the next tile, right on the first frame, it's considered on the next one. Right here, you see. Also, I cannot close. I'm not able to close. Oops. We need to force it closed. That's why I wanted to do the console log. 36. Okay. Yeah, I like the Priscilla image that says okay. Reminds me of that. Okay, we kinda messed up by testing, but it's fine. So now we know this is the coordinate of the thing. Now we need to check on the coordinates of the player. Luckily they're already exists something for it, which is game player pause. Oh wait, I had everything already here. Oh well. We can save this as well at this point. No, didn't mean to open this thing. Okay. We just needed to copy this. Nice. So we have the position of the player on those coordinates. And it returns true if the player is exactly there. I think it's fine having the weird RPG Maker hitbox on this. Because it's a cannonball, so you should steer clear of it. So we put it in a condition. And if it hits, if it connects, you die here. And this should interrupt. I don't think it's necessary, but just in case. Oh, it's too sudden. Wait, it's too sudden. You don't get to see what happens. We need, first of all, to revoke the player's permission to move. So, let's put him in a loop. We still wait. And let's see. Wait, maybe waiting is too much. Yeah, also, it's too much anyways. We should wait until the cannonballs reaches the new tile, right? Maybe we should wait until the cannonball goes out of the tile. Because since we saw that it's in the first frame, it moves out. That means it would be perfectly centered on the player. Let's see. We stop the player and we wait until it moves away. Making an opposite condition. Wait, we need to make another loop here though. Okay. So never mind. We still check if the cannon is still on the player. And if it is, we just wait on one frame. If it's not, we end the loop and we kill the player. Let's see if it works or we crash the system. Maybe should match the player X coordinate. For now, let's see. Okay, okay. At least it's waiting for the player to... It's waiting for the player to get the cannonball in the face. Though if I get the cannonball while I'm walking... It's weird. Okay, no, this hitbox is kind of wrong. Because... Okay, this is fine, but... This hitbox is wrong. Though it's not that bad. At least it's not very bad. Okay, okay. At least it is fine. Okay, we can allow this, I suppose. We can make one change to place the ball above characters. I don't know, would make sense maybe? Yeah, okay, yeah, I think feels more natural. Okay, we have the balls now. Does it repeat? It doesn't, right? Because it goes on loop infinitely. We need a counter or something to stop it. We could even make that if the ball reaches a certain spot, it will get deleted. So we can choose ourselves where it stops. So, how do we get the region ID of an event? I don't need to note this down because we already have our special nodes, which take some time to load. Okay, here. Region ID. Here. We get the region ID from some coordinates. So we make another condition. We check the region ID. Not this one, the other one. Get the region ID of the event. So again, game up event 112, X and Y. And if the event ID, oh, the tearing tag is, which number do we use? 31. If 31, it will despawn. Easy. So if 31, we break the loop. And the ball disappears. So we move it elsewhere. Like here. A random spot. Let's see. Bad position. Cheating. And disappears. It's working. And now he shoots again. Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. We may also want to make a loop movement here. So we could theoretically move this one further away and let the cannonball reach even the other side of the screen. Yeah, like this. Okay, I don't really want this, but in case it's there. And now I shoot again. That's nice. Hello? Yeah! Okay, I realize now though there is something we should fix, which is the sound. We shouldn't hear the sound of the cannon shooting if we are up here, right? So there should be some sort of proximity. I think we can easily solve this by using a variable to save where the player is. For example, if the player is... we have a trigger on the ground here. If the player goes here, it will enter the section 3. And if the player is in the section 3, it will hear the sound. Or we can also make, if it's in section 3 or 4, they hear the sound. Oh, we forget about it though, if I do it now. For now, let's mute the sound. Okay. We'll add a note though. Player zone, so the sound can't be heard from far away. Also would be, now that I realize that would be nice, like a troll, a gag. If I go all the way here, the player maybe forgets about the slime. So the player goes all the way here, but then there's a zoom and the slime gets it. Actually, that's pretty funny. Let me try it. Okay, there's a thing though. I want the ball to disappear on those tags, but I don't want it to happen when there's the gag here. I want the 31 to block the ball, the cannonball, only when the player is here. Then it's simple, right? We just, if we want to use the regions, the sections, then if the player is in a specific session, it will continue. Or we can even have a variable to trigger this scene in particular. So we can, if the player goes, oh, let's do it. If the player goes here, there should be a zoom on the left, or a change in perspective, and then zoom back to the player. We activate, I think, I will use a switch, sure. Switches are precious though. Canon slime reveal here. Moves the camera back here on the 111. Focus character here. Faster. Wait a little, it shoots the wait. Yeah, I should remove the cannonball for a moment. I think even to save resources, we can even stop the slime from shooting if it's in a different area. So I should probably stop the slime from shooting if the player is in a different area. Also because if the player is here, it will see the ball, and I cannot interrupt the ball midway. So yeah, we can just despawn the slime if the player is in a different area. Right? Easy. Can make here. To the spawn stuff, okay. If it's more than 4, it will despawn. And the ball as well. Okay, we have it. We need to change the zone here though, otherwise we will not see it. So just for here, we set the map section to 0. Here though we need to set it to simulate we are here, so we should set it to 4 just to simulate we are in the right area. Okay. We go here, player touch, we zoom on the slime. We wait 60 seconds, it shoots. We should make the ball faster. We can just, if the cannon slime reveal is active, it's faster. And right when it shoots, which is after 70 seconds, the camera should be back on us. We can move the camera slightly earlier for some reason. And we return the camera to the player. There should be a... here. A parallel process. Camera focus. We activate switch 23. Here. Okay, it doesn't really matter if the player dies or not. Would be better if it dies, but it's a fun interaction the player can have here. And we delete this event. Okay, we have it. Let's see. We should also stop the player while it's happening. Okay, here. Let's go. Wait, first, it's too fast. Second, it disappears anyway. Because we forgot the condition. So the switch that activates the slime troll is the 65. So we need to put a condition that it doesn't it doesn't despawn if it's the switch 35 is active. So since this will stop everything if the orb reaches a point, we need an extra condition to check if the switch is active. 65, I'm pretty sure. Okay. So if the switch is off, the ball will despawn. Otherwise, it won't. We can make the ball slightly slower. Okay. Let's go. Let's see. Is the slime working or... Okay, it despawned. No. Okay, it's not... First, the player is still moving. Second, the orb is still visible. And third, the player can move while it's shooting, while the camera is moving. So first, player, let's set in a loop. And now we free the player. Okay, we can wait 70 seconds here to see the exact moment it shoots. I didn't mean to. Never mind. Let's try again. Trigger. Okay, let's go. Let's give it some extra seconds so we can see the cannonball shooting, okay? Also, the ball should move away. I forgot. At this point in the corner, sure. The corner always MVP. I cannot move? Okay, never mind, my fault. I alt-tabbed maybe. Okay. That's perfect. I probably shouldn't be able to run here. So it's perfect. The player needs to hold the right button and move sideways, which is not something every player is able to do. Okay, there's pretty good leeway though. Oh, maybe I think I should do is set the ball as same height as the player. Let's see. Okay, same height feels better. Yeah, we also have a nice troll here. The ball then won't disappear. We need to deactivate the cannon slime reveal when the player steps on a spot. Okay. Otherwise the ball will never despawn. And the slime will never shoot again. We just need to activate a trigger for the slime. Okay. We have the ball. I'm happy with this. One extra thing maybe. We could wait for the camera to center the player to make it able to move. But no, I think it makes it a little better. We are already 1 hour here, wow. We didn't do a lot, but it's working. So we should add other slimes. We need a slime with a different orientation. But, big but, we should stop here. First because it's slightly tiring, but honestly I'm not that tired now, but also... Okay, maybe a little. It's a little intense and stressful finding ideas on the go stream where I usually think on my own. So I will take some relax, please, please. But don't worry, we will resume next week at the same time. And we will still develop the day after tomorrow with Invalidate. We will program some other cool stuff, I promise. Meanwhile, tomorrow we will play other RPG Maker games from itch.io. Saturday we have the Nostalgia Month, so I suggest you to go vote for the game for this Saturday, which is a Game Boy Advance game, which I already played. Well, I didn't play Lord of the Rings completely, so I'm really curious about it, but there's Aragon for Game Boy Advance, which I don't remember how it was, but it wasn't really well made. Lord of the Ring is worse, though. The Game Boy Advance game. and there is also Harry Potter 3 for Game Boy Advance that I remember very well. That's a good memory. Okay, feel free to vote if you're interested. We will end by raiding someone. Let's see. We have... I don't... Okay. We can raid Miss Blob if we have enough raid power. It's more of off-camera work. The brainstorming, kinda. And also writing the dialogues, even if we should try writing the dialogues one time. Even if it's not really pleasant, because it's stressful on stream. We will see, we will see. Thanks a lot for coming by, and we see ya whenever it happens. Bye bye.